What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Let's talk about it. Now, many people will say love is love and fair is fair and all this stuff, but they never tell you the gist of everything that's going on. Now, when you get married, there's an engagement ring, the wedding ring, and then the suffer ring. Now, the engagement ring is also known as the promise ring. You're promising to marry this person. Well, let me tell you down the road of this story that's happened. 3-year engagement. They're planning the wedding that they want to do because they want to get married on a certain date. And they want to make sure it's in season or whatever, you know. Of course, these people are white. Now, the 3rd year is coming around. They're getting ready to get married and they're waiting on the perfect date and all this stuff. They got it set up and they're trying to get everything around it, working around these dates. During the final year, or the year that they're planning on getting married, arguments started to happen, distrust, and just things weren't working out. A lot of arguing, a lot of fighting, leading up to it. And the money was looking kind of funny when it was coming to planning for this wedding. They were about $17,000 over the budget. Back. She's not willing to trim back. So, and I agree with you too. The promise wasn't kept. But anyway, they're going down this road. They're arguing more frequently, and more there are problems within the relationships. Problems that can't be masked. They can't be fixed. She wants, and he's trying to fit things within the budget, and she's not being reasonable. So they decide to call off the wedding. They're not getting married on that date. She freaks out because then she calls it off. If they're not going to get married on that date, and he's like, I would love to get married on that date, but we're not going to be able to afford the wedding you want. She couldn't hear that. She wasn't hearing it. And we can't make the budget. You know, her family only have so much means. Even her family was pushing, like, listen to your husband. She had to have the perfect wedding. And that was the date she wanted to get married. It was the perfect season. And she was not going to go another 6 months knowing that her wedding will not be complete the way she wanted. So, what happened? She pulls out of the wedding. Engagement off. She moves back in with her parents. Everything is haywire. And because of that fact, he was supposed to get the ring back. She agreed to give the ring back, according to the husband or boyfriend, fiance to be. She never gave the ring back. She didn't talk to him. Now, the ring costs $11,000. It's an $11,000 ring. So obviously he didn't pay fully for the ring. That he's still making payments on the ring, like a loan. He pays about almost $600 a month for the ring. So he's like, I'm paying $600 for a ring that she has on her finger, and we're not getting married. After 7 months, worked this thing out, so he wanted the ring back. And she wasn't responding to anything, text messages, nothing. So then she started dating another man. Within the 6 to 7 months, she's dating someone else. And still has the engagement ring on her finger. Can you believe that? She's got another man's engagement ring on her finger, and she's dating another guy. And then, on that date, when it came around, she gets married on that date to that guy and used the old engagement ring as the ring. So basically, the guy she didn't marry, who she spent all these years with, she marries another guy for a cheaper wedding. And to show you how cheap this guy was, they used his ring that he's paying for. She can't do that. Well, she done did it. So this guy was pissed, of course. He's naturally pissed. So what he does, like anybody else would do, he's taking it to court. He's suing this woman for his engagement ring back so he can return it. And she don't want to give it. And since she's married, he wants that ring back ASAP. He's like, how dare you? What kind of person are you to want to put my engagement ring that I gave you with a wedding ring that this guy gave you? And he's like, they don't even look the same. They don't even go together. She's like, it looks retarded. It's like he gave her a Cracker Jack ring and I gave you an $11,000 engagement ring. But it's weird that you went for a way cheaper wedding than the wedding that you wanted me to have, or you were going to have to split everything up. You couldn't live without it. How did it happen that you settled? So that's where they at now. He's heading to court because she's saying that the engagement ring is a gift. You can't take back the gift. You gave it to me. It's mine. So I can do with it whatever I want. That's her defense in the situation. So you tell me who you think is right and who you think is wrong. He already won. Well, yeah, in the court of public opinion. I mean, if it's up to us, yeah, he'll win all day. Why wouldn't he win? Now, I ain't about to fall asleep. I got a lot of stuff I got to do. I just had a full day. You know, you always had a full day. You guys don't realize it. I've done on Screen Fiend, I've done what, 3 videos on Screen Fiend. This is the 3rd video I did on Onecraknews today. And I did about 4 videos, I believe. 4 on Karceno for Life. So that's what? 4, 7, 10. Okay, so it's 10 altogether. 10 videos I did today. 3 different channels. I appreciate that. The ring is a promissory note. Well, that's what he's probably going to argue once he gets to court. Yup, and he'll win. Oh, you know what happened then? They'll take the ring and dump it. You know that. For a ring that I gotta sit there and watch be on somebody else's finger, be on her finger, and she's with somebody other guy. That just don't make no sense. I would have told him like this: look, he gotta take over the payments. If he's using a ring as an engagement ring to you, and y'all got married, this bum need to take over the payments. You paying $600 a month on an $11,000 ring, and you ain't even with the girl no more. It's a tragedy. And she don't want to get a ring back. She says it's a gift. Of course you return it. You don't keep that ring, you return that ring. He already won. Case closed. Man. Yeah, it's getting a little too chilly. Turn that AC off. It's 64 outside. I can deal with 64. Are we doing this again? What What is going on over here? Expect delays. Oh, pavement milling tonight. I'm like, we really gonna do this tonight? I get it. Hey, my baby. They got a female out here. Well, she look like she's out here moving stuff around. Follow the leader system. Marriage. Who said marry that way? Divorce is at an all-time high. Well, people look at marriage as a sport. They don't respect marriage. Then when they get it, wait a minute. What did you jump into the marriage for? Somebody told you marriage, so once you get married, everything works. I'm not married, and I know what it takes to make a marriage work. And you got to be willing to want that. If you don't really want that, then you're fooling yourself. You go out there and do the stupid and marry the wrong person and be stuck. I got a friend that's like that now. On paper, he hadn't been with his wife. He got married young. They had a daughter. And he went out at 18 and got married, thinking that was the right thing to do. They lasted about 2 years. And then they ain't go get a divorce. You know, they young. They didn't know nothing. So they out doing their own thing, but they still married. So next thing you know, 10 years fly by, 12, you want to get a divorce. Right? You want to get a divorce. And guess how much it's going to cost you? A fortune. Thousands of dollars. Thousands to get a divorce. It's going to cost you thousands. And that's how, right now, he's still legally married. And his girlfriend be married, and they can't get married because they can't get that divorce. Well, it's a way. It's got to be another way. Like, I sent you to the best lawyer that was. Well, marriage was invented for that reason. The whole theme about marriage was for the woman. It was her security. That's what the whole idea of marriage is. You're claiming this woman as your property. Have her, but you. So you have to protect her. You have to look out for her. You have to financially provide for her. It's your responsibility. So for a woman, it was a blanket of security. Because see, you guys got to remember, there were a time when women didn't work. You know, the men did all the work. Women weren't allowed to work. Their job was to keep the household together. That was their responsibility. Take care of the family. Of course, times have changed, but these are the principles and the values of what marriage was about. This is what it was about back then. See, everybody, they want the pretty story, right? Life is not pretty. Life is dark and ugly. The Bible is dark and ugly. There's not a lot of positivity and a lot of joyful stories. You got people trying to kill a baby that was just born. They running the baby, trying to hide the baby, and then his life ends up in a tragedy, gets betrayed by a friend, and then he dies on a cross. It's tragic. John the Baptist, how's his story ends? A lady lies on him and he gets his head cut off. I mean, and it's a dark stories in there. Why? Because life is dark. Life is beautiful moments in the midst of chaos. Poetry. I wish.